So let's go ahead and talk about your LED cells binder. Each of you will receive a binder. If you're not local, it'll be in the mail. If it is local, then you'll receive it during your on-site training. I'm going to go through this presentation as if I were talking to the business owner with you and kind of give you an overview of how I would present this binder to your clients. First of all, I'll let I'd start with saying that we are an approved contractor with the utility company, and we are able to offer you instant rebates for various things, including LED lighting. Let's go ahead and kind of show you an overview of what we do and who we are. Well, Spirit Foundation is a 501c3. We support various charitable organizations, including the National Child Abuse Hotline, National Drug Abuse Hotline, and the National Domestic Violence Hotline. We also support wounded warriors and veterans organizations. Spirit Foundation had a vision to help wounded warriors returning from war. Well, that vision has now become a reality. It includes legislative efforts to support sustainable careers for veterans, also to provide comfort items to wounded service members, and has grown into a complete rehabilitative effort to assist warriors as they transition back into civilian life. You are now part of this with your LEDs. So why are LEDs better than fluorescents? Well, they're safe for the environment. They basically are shatter resistant. They are uniquely suitable for cold environments and freezer applications. They also, if you keep dimming those LEDs, they will not result in a loss in lumen maintenance, but will ultimately result in cooler junction temperatures and extend the life. And fluorescents are really breakable and expensive to maintain and recycle. Our LEDs have better dimming and control capabilities as well. The U.S. Department of Energy, which Spirit Foundation is a partner with, they have tried to integrate LED lighting by 2030, and that will save approximately $120 billion in spending at today's energy cost. Switching to LEDs over the next 2 decades will avoid 1,800 million tons of carbon emissions. So let's kind of talk about why LEDs are good. Well, basically there's lumen maintenance. Our LEDs have the UL certification, which is for safety and building standards. They have the IP rating. We also have the DLC listing on all of our lights. If the customer wanted more information about any of these listings, certifications on the lighting, you can read the entire paragraph to them if that's what they would like. So again, our LEDs are the highest quality product. You can see from all of our certifications, we're UL listed. It has a DLC certification. It is a Buy American product, and it is designed and manufactured in Pennsylvania, in America, creating jobs for Americans. Let's talk about our first product, which is the Claris LED Retrofit Kit. It is a tube-free retrofit, and their slogan is think outside the tube. Instead of using tubes, let's go to our strips. Our strips are backed by UL certified thermally conductive adhesive that transfers heat from the LEDs into the housing, and it is quick and easy installation for you, which saves time and money. It has a sustainable design. They're free of any hazardous materials like mercury. and they are basically one of the most sustainable and earth-friendly LED troffer upgrade solutions available. We also have advanced optics. We have a lightweight isotropic beam shaping diffuser that rests on top of your existing prismatic lens, generating an evenly diffused tube-like appearance. It makes it comfortable for looking at it. It looks exactly like the lights you have currently, those old lights that you have in your ceiling. But you know what? Our lights are a lot better. And let's look at some of the benefits on the bottom of the page. If you want to continue, then just read the benefits to the customer on the very bottom here. So again, basically our retrofit kits are revolutionary by design. They have rapid thermofuse technology. You can see that provides a free way for heat dissipation from the LEDs through the existing housing. We're not going to replace all your fixtures. We're going to retrofit them, not only to save the environment using the existing fixture, but we're going to give you better light, and it's not going to cost that much. You're going to see the savings in this product is amazing with the rebates that are available. So again, our precise LEDs mean efficient LEDs. You can see that on the right, this is how the standard lens looks in your office. We also put an isotropic lens above that, on top of that, and you can kind of see the LED strips inside your light fixture there. So we also have controlled optics due to this isotropic diffusion. You know, a lot of times people have a problem when they're looking up at LEDs or looking at the LEDs, you'll see little dots, and they can actually burn the retina of your eye by looking at them too often. Well, our isotropic lens that we put on the outside of that troffer kit or that existing fixture, it makes it better for your eyes. You're not going to have that retina burning, and the cool thing about it looks at like just how it did before, where you can switch the isotropic lens a little bit, and it makes it have a little modern look with the LED shining through that lens. So again, our LED kits have very high quality light. You can kind of see on the right here at an 86 CRI and before, you can kind of see again what our light kits do and how they improve on the quality of light. So if you want to compare fluorescence to LEDs, this is what I would suggest you do. Go through this list, mention a couple of things that, you know, find out what their point is while you're talking to them. If they're interested in why, you know, lights have mercury, talk about mercury, and show them that our LEDs have no mercury. You know, better quality of light. They're non-breakable. There's no warm-up time. There's better dimming. There's no wasted heat. Saves money. Our LED tubes, our LED Claris kits are good. They feature all these things. A lot of people are coming out with LED tubes like you see on the upper right hand side here, but those are made in China. They've had problems burning buildings down. They've had problems where they explode. They go out very quickly. So they have electrical shock problems. All these things are happening with these LED tubes that are coming to the market that you see on the right there. We don't want to use LED tubes. We want to use an American-made LED that we know works very well. So kind of go over some of these things if they're interested in talking about other things. So again, just to clarify and go over everything we just talked about, you can save up to 70% in energy cost, mercury free, utility rebate eligible, very simple installation. We can do the installation for you, very affordable. It's an affordable product. no waste or costly disposal of the existing troffer kits, which can be very expensive on replacing that whole fixture, brighter, fresher look, and our advanced isotropic diffusion lens. And you know what's really the best thing about all this? When they buy a light, they're helping veterans. They're helping wounded heroes that are returning from war in our country that fought for our freedom. That's pretty important. So let's look at the installation. You can kind of see how it's easily installed. You can show them this, how we take out the old ballast, put the new ballast in, replace the strips where the bulbs used to be, and then close the troffer kit back up. You can kind of show them this easy way to install it. Now again, here are the different products. If you look to the left, you'll see the order number of the LED retrofit kits. Very easy to read. First letter C means Claris. Second two digits are either a 1x4, 2x2, 2x4. That means one 4-foot fixture, two 2-foot fixtures, two 4-foot fixtures, whatever. Then you can kind of see how many strips are going in there. It's a 2 lamp, and then what the wattage is, 40 watts on everything. So you can kind of see what if you're going across, you can see what that order number replaces. Let's go over the first line just to give you an example. You can follow past that if you want to. The Claris 1x4, the first order number, it replaces a 1x4 fixture. You can kind of see right there. We're replacing a T12 or a T8 2 lamp fixture. It consists of a Claris model on the DLC list. You're not going to really need that to start off with. It is a 30 watt fixture. The lumens are 3720 and the Kelvin temperature is 4000. So you can go down and read this. You'll get copies of all this as well, and you can refer back to this later. Let's talk about return on investment. A lot of business owners are really wondering what the return on their investment, meaning how many months will it take to recoup my cost up front for installing these? Well, again, the utility rebate is going to be included. There are some tax credits that we'll go over at a later time. You're going to save on the maintenance cost, installation cost. It is a top-rated LED, so it has a very long lifetime. The energy savings over the existing system, and then again, the heat load reduction over the existing system, which is what they call waste heat in the lighting industry. So just think about it this way: that lamp inside that fixture is getting very hot. It's producing heat, and where does that heat go? Well, of course, it goes into that building, which means now there is heat in the ceiling, and the air conditioning costs are now higher because all of that heat from all those lights. And if you've ever touched a tube fluorescent bulb, it is very hot. So that is going to save you money as well. So let's show you a couple of things, some examples. First of all, you can kind of see here we replaced 48 fixtures at an airport terminal retrofit. And you can kind of see what the energy saved is. I'm going to let you read this slide by yourself real quick. Here's a second example. I'm going to let you read this on your own as well. This is a university parking garage. You can kind of see in the picture here before the retrofit with the middle halide lights, and then after the retrofit with our 44 watt Claris LED retrofit kit. So let's talk about utility rebates. You can go to www.dsireusa.org and find utility rebates for any place in the United States. It's a handy tool for you to look at. As we progress across the nation, you'll be actually to go to any state in the United States with our LEDs and offer our LED program to anyone. So let's talk about EPACT. EPACT is a tax incentive signed by President Bush in 2005, and it's part of the Energy Policy Act. If you go to the bottom of the page, you can kind of see the maximum allowable tax energy savings or commercial building for energy improvements. So there's basically three things that customer can upgrade to get a tax credit. HVAC system, the building envelope, which everyone should know about if they're taking their BSP course, and then lighting. Well, we're talking about lighting, so they would do one out of the three eligible systems for their tax credit. It has to reduce the overall energy cost by right at 16, I think it says 16.5%, let's just say 17%. And then you're going to receive a tax credit, or the customer's going to receive a tax credit of 60 cents per square foot. Now, if they start asking you a lot of questions about the tax credit, you're not a tax person, you don't have a degree in accounting, or you might, but we're not talking about tax credits to that customer. What you're going to tell them at that point in time, if they have any questions, we would recommend that they talk to their CPA or accountant for those tax credits. That is just not our expertise. And the final slide here is, let's say you're in a location that there are no rebates available. Let's say you're in an outlying area, let's say a rural area that somebody wants LED lighting. Well, we also have a program where you can lease the lighting. The business owner can actually lease those lights. So there is no money up front. It's a 5-year lease, and they own the lights after 5 years. They have this one-page simple form that they fill out. We would need them to sign the bottom of it. We fax it to our bank in Denver, Colorado. They take care of the leasing part of it, and they'll let you know everything else going on and coordinate with you and the business owner as that progresses. That concludes this module. You will receive this entire presentation in a binder that you'll be able to use, and that's how I would present it. You're going to have to work on it a couple of times as you go through it and come up with your own presentation. But just be sure, do not give them any tax advice, and again, use good ethical decisions in your presentation, making sure they understand what Spirit Foundation does, how the LEDs are going to help them, and then go forward to the next deal. So hope to meet y'all soon. That concludes this module.